Welcome back to part 6 on Introduction to Right Triangle Trigonometry. We're going to look at an application in this video and then just a quick reminder on some vocabulary. It's important to remember that the ability to solve right triangles by using the trigonometric ratios is fundamental to many problems in navigation, surveying, astronomy, and the measurement of distances. The applications we consider in this section always involve right triangles, but soon we'll see that trig is also useful in solving triangles that are not right triangles. Let's take a look at the example given here. When the moon is exactly half full, the Earth, moon, and sun form a right triangle. At that time, the angle formed by the sun, earth, and moon is measured to be 89.85 degrees. So we're looking at this angle right here. If the distance from the Earth to the moon is 240,000 miles, estimate the distance from the Earth to the sun. So that's this direction on the triangle, and we don't know that one. Now notice that in this case we don't know the hypotenuse. And we also don't know the distance from the moon to the sun. And again, we need to figure out where we're standing. So I'm going to try and draw a little guy standing at the angle that's given. Clearly, again, this is not to scale. The opposite side is going to be over here. So this is the opposite side, which means the remaining side is the adjacent side. If we know that we want to find the distance from the Earth to the sun, we're trying to find the hypotenuse. That means that sine of 89.85 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. That won't help because we don't know opposite and we don't know hypotenuse. So this one is not going to work. Cosine of 89.85 degrees is going to equal adjacent over hypotenuse. And I think this one will work because we have an adjacent and we're looking for hypotenuse. So we're going to go ahead and go with that one. If I calculate cosine of 89.85 degrees, and we know that that's equal to adjacent, which is 240,000 miles, divided by the hypotenuse, which we don't know. Now that I have my equation, I can solve for h. So I'm going to multiply both sides by h. Now I have h times cosine of 89.85 degrees equals 240,000 miles. Then I'll divide both sides by cosine of 89.85 degrees. That will allow me to isolate the h. So the hypotenuse is equal to whatever this comes out to be. So I'm going to calculate that, but I have to make sure what? Do you remember what I have to check first? I have to put my mode in degrees. So change it over to degrees, second quit, clear the screen so we can start over with a fresh screen. 240,000 divided by cosine of 89.85. And that giant number is my answer. This will tell me how many miles the Earth is from the Sun. 91,673,351.94. Interesting. So we were able to find the hypotenuse. 91,673,351.94 miles. In this last portion of the video, I wanted to bring your attention to some vocabulary that you're going to come across both in upcoming homework assignments as well as probably in your textbook. And it's in reference to how you measure angles. When you measure angles from the horizontal, that would be a degree 0 or radian 0 measurement. As you look up or you look down from a visual line of sight, you will use two different words to describe it. If you are looking at an angle above the horizontal, that would be an angle of elevation. And if you look at an angle below the horizontal, that is called an angle of depression. So here is an example of looking at the horizontal and then the angle of elevation and the angle of depression.